In the cold silence before dawn, a shape cuts through the sky like a blade. A predator, born from geopolitical tension. A machine engineered not just to fly, but to fight for the very balance of air power itself. This is the MiG-29 Fulcrum. When the Fulcrum first emerged in the late 1970s, NATO analysts were stunned. The Soviet Union had built it with one clear purpose: to counter the rapidly advancing American F-14 Tomcat and F-15 Eagle. The world had entered an era where air superiority defined national survival, and Moscow needed a fighter that could challenge the West on equal terms. The answer came from the Mikoyan Design Bureau, a compact, aggressive, twin-engine machine crafted to dominate within visual range and to hold its own beyond it. At first glance, the MiG-29 looks muscular, almost alive. Its blended fuselage and wide leading-edge root extensions generate powerful vortex lift, allowing the jet to maintain control at extreme angles of attack. This wasn't a Western design philosophy. It was Soviet aerodynamics, simple in appearance, brutal in execution, and surprisingly elegant. The aircraft's frame combines lightweight aluminum alloys with high-strength composites, enabling agility without sacrificing durability. It was an early form of stealth by silence. Not invisibility, but unpredictability. Then there are the Engine Stew RD-33 turbofans. Built by Klima. They roar with a combined thrust of over 36,000 pounds when afterburners ignite, propelling the MiG-29 past Mach 2.25 with a service ceiling near 18,000 meters. And a blistering climb rate exceeding 65,000 feet per minute. The jet ascends as though pulled upward by some invisible force. The Fulcrum was never meant to be a long-range aircraft. Its combat radius is modest, but within that range, few machines accelerate, turn, or recover as aggressively. In terms of armament, the MiG-29 is a natural hunter. When paired with the Soviet helmet-mounted sights, the R-73 allowed pilots to simply look at a target and lock onto it. Western aviators were startled when they first saw this in action. It reset expectations of dogfight lethality. Electronic countermeasures targeting pods on upgraded variants, and improved radars such as the NO-10 Juk turned later Fulcrums into far more sophisticated platforms. Although early versions were rugged frontline fighters, modernized MiG-29 SMT and MiG-29M variants are multi-role machines capable of precision strikes while maintaining their trademark agility. Operational history for the Fulcrum is mixed but endlessly fascinating. In training exercises, especially during the 1990s when former Warsaw Pact nations integrated into NATO, Western pilots were surprised by the jet's raw performance. In close-range engagements, the MiG-29 proved exceptionally dangerous. Its instantaneous turn rate and helmet sight advantage forced NATO tacticians to rethink dogfight assumptions. In real conflicts, whether over the Balkans, the Middle East, Africa, or South Asia, the jets sometimes suffered from poor training, limited support infrastructure, or outdated avionics. But when flown by skilled pilots and supported properly, the Fulcrum demonstrated the capability it was built for: fast, aggressive, hard-hitting air combat. Tactically, the MiG-29 thrives in what Soviet doctrine called layered interception. It wasn't meant to operate alone. Ground controllers would vector it toward intruders, allowing the pilot to focus on maneuvering and weapons. In the merge, the Fulcrum becomes a knife, fighter-tight turns, sudden climbs, and unpredictable barrel rolls that break radar locks and force opponents into reactive flight. Western pilots who encountered it often remarked that the MiG could turn inside almost anything. That was its signature. ferocity through maneuverability. Comparisons with rival aircraft are inevitable. Against the American F-16, the Fulcrum is generally more powerful and climbs faster. But the F-16 often benefits from superior avionics and pilot visibility. Against the F-15, the MiG-29 is smaller and more agile in close combat. Yet the Eagle holds the advantage in radar reach and beyond visual range engagements. The truth is balanced. The MiG-29 is deadly in the hands of a trained pilot. But its effectiveness has always depended on the technology, doctrine, and logistical ecosystems surrounding it. Today, the Fulcrum continues to serve in more than 24 air forces. Modern upgrades equip it with digital cockpits, advanced radars, stronger engines, and compatibility with new missiles. The MiG-35, its spiritual successor, carries the Fulcrum lineage into the present, offering improved sensors and multi-role capabilities while retaining the crisp agility that defined the original design. And yet, beyond the metal, beyond the thrust and firepower, there is something almost poetic about the MiG-29. It is a fighter born from rivalry, shaped by fear and perfected through relentless engineering. It represents a chapter in aviation where instinct mattered as much as technology, where pilots and machines danced at the edge of physics. The Fulcrum stands today as both a relic and a reminder. A relic of a divided world. A reminder of the enduring truth that air superiority is not just about who sees first, but who dares. Who climbs, who turns hardest when the sky becomes a battleground in that crucible of speed and flame. The MiG-29 remains what it has always been. A symbol of raw power, human courage, and the unending race for dominance above the clouds.